As Glenn always says, double O on the tree, he had the right amount of coffee this morning. Well, I don't drink coffee, but this is what I do. So sometimes people ask me, do I hit the practice tree a lot? And the answer really is no. I haven't hit the practice tree for like a couple years now. I mean, once in a while I'll go hit the practice tree if I feel weird about something, but really I don't hit the practice tree on a regular basis at all. We have a practice tree, but it's just so different than being in the actual car and trying to hit the tree that I really don't find too much value in using the practice tree. In my car, I'm using Z-force, so I'm doing a push method on my trans brake, and my practice tree is set up for a release method, and the button shape is all different, and when you're in the car, you're squished in, and there's just too many differences. Doesn't feel like the same thing when using a practice tree. But I do take several practice hits every day during a race day anyways. I actually take practice hits inside my race car. I'm sitting inside my car, I'm completely strapped in, all my gear is on. I try to make it feel as real as possible. I actually do different practice hits on my way to the starting line. So it sounds kind of weird, but this is what I do. I take at least like 3 hits probably before I even get to the starting line, before every single pass. Kind of odd thing that I do is I pick different spots. What I'm trying to find is 2 points that are like close to each other, that are vertical to each other. So I like to actually pretend like the top one is like the stage beam and the bottom one is like my top bulb that I'm reacting to. So I'm trying to find 2 visual references on the way up to the starting line that I can stop and basically simulate a practice hit on. Now these 2 points could be anything. It could be like the top of a fence or something on a sign or the back of the car in front of you. It could be something different every time. And the reason that I do the 2 points is because one thing that I think is very, very important that I don't think a lot of people pay attention to is moving your eyes, actually moving your eyeballs from the stage beam to the beam that you need to focus on, and then getting your eyes to focus on that beam deep into that bulb, and be completely focused on the center of that bulb, block everything else out, and actually react to it. That's what I'm mostly concerned about when I'm actually doing a practice hit. So when I do one of these practice hits, I'm in the car, completely strapped in, everything is just as it would be on the track. I'm using the brake pedal to kind of simulate the staging process. I'm kind of looking at that top reference point, and then I'll go ahead and just hit the brake, move my eyeballs down to the second reference point, engage the trans brake, and then I'll go through the entire motion, with my arm, making sure that my arm is relaxed, making sure that my hand is the same way every time, and I do the actual, the mechanical part of it and actually, simulate the reaction as well. So I'm doing all those things. I'm, making sure I'm staging the car consistently and slowly. It's very important to make sure you're staged exactly the same every single time. So I'm practicing that. I'm also practicing my deep breaths and all of that stuff that you want to do to get to that relaxed state, that calm state, yet still alert state. And then I'm practicing everything with my arm as far as making sure it's relaxed, it's in the right position, and I'm doing the whole motion exactly how I like to do in my car. Now, this is going to be different for everybody. There's no one single best way to do that, I don't think, but I do think it's very important that you have your muscles relaxed. You're not sleeping, but you're completely relaxed, and you're in a very alert, calm state. Basically, I have 3 spots that I like to use on the way, at least at my local track here, Thunder Valley. And the first spot that I always hit is kind of like the I-beam structure behind a set of billboards that are behind the Burnout box. There's actually these holes cut in them, one right on top of the other, and there's a couple sets there. But I always kind of line my car up towards those little holes on that I-beam, and then I kind of do my practice hit with that top hole, pretending it's the stage beam, and then the bottom hole there being the actual top bulb. So I'll just kind of bump my car forward as if I was staging, do the whole routine, and I'll actually just use those 2 reference points as my practice hit. The second hit that I always make is actually on one of the billboards. There's like all of these bullet points going down the billboard, so I just pretend that, those are actually the tree, and I'll do another practice hit there pretty much every time. Now, the third hit that I do is actually in the Burnout box, so I try to get my car to the Burnout box in time that I can set up and actually react to the tree for the pair that's in front of me. Now this doesn't work if you're like the first pair out, and in the later rounds you won't really have much of a choice, but if I have the choice, I actually prefer to not be the first pair out, just so that I can get that extra little, you know, visual practice on the real tree. So yeah, that's what I do when I'm actually doing practice hits. Like I said, I don't really use a practice tree, and some people think that's probably weird because I'm not getting like any feedback as to how well I'm actually reacting to anything. But for me, the most important thing is to make sure I have all the mechanics right as far as my arm movement and my, you know, staging the car, doing all of that practice type stuff. But the number one thing that I'm worried about is moving my eyeball from the stage bulb to the top bulb that I need to react to. I need to be able to move my eyes from point A to point B and get entirely focused on point B. It's so important that I have my vision completely focused in on that point, and that I'm completely in the mental state of reacting to that thing. I can't have any distractions or anything like that, or it just doesn't work. I feel like that's the most important thing as far as cutting a light. So that's what I actually focus on practicing, not necessarily reacting to anything. I'm practicing the actual preparation to react to something. So do you guys like this type of video? The kind of tips and tricks about bracket racing? Let me know if you like it down in the comments. What else do you guys want to see? I'm definitely willing to share this information. I enjoy making the videos, and I'm really happy that you guys enjoy watching them. So definitely hope to see you guys down in the comments. Let me know. And until then, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Later. I swear I always have like the jankiest of studio setups. This is my basement. I'm finishing it up. Look at this. I got like an LED light behind a garbage bag for a light diffuser. And then, oh, I'm gonna be doing like a trophy wall over here. This is where I'm gonna be putting the trophies, is on this wall. I'm not sure what to do though. I mean, do you guys have any good ideas? What can I do to make this wall really cool? I gotta put all the trophies, all the pictures, and all the rings and stuff like that. But I don't know, how do I make the wall pop out, and also could be a cool background for like some video stuff. So let me know down in the comments. You guys have any ideas? Let me know. Later.